Hey, what's up YouTube? I want to show you how I run my Poison Necromancer. He's a really fun class to play. I don't use him to farm much. I like to use my Barbarian for most of the time. So let's go and take a look at the stats. So you just want to put enough points to strength and dexterity for your gear, and then the rest goes to vitality, so it just depends on what gear you have. I have about 200 magic find on this character. I can get more if I replace some of the damage gear, or I can get more damage if I just replace some of the magic find items. The most important thing is you want to get up to 75% faster cast rate. The next breakpoint would be 125, but you don't have to go that high for this particular build. So moving on to the gears, I have a Shaco with the Poison Facet, using Shaco for the magic find, and the body armor I have Enigma, which have magic find and teleport. In order to get 75% FCR, you're going to need this Bracer, Arachnus Mesh, and a 35% fast cast rate Spirit Monarch. Those three items will give you 25%. The rings and amulet will give you plus skills for damage, and the boots is for magic find. If you don't want extra magic find, you can switch it out for anything else you want. So the must have is the Bracer, the belt, and the Spirit Monarch. For the primary, I have a D-Web with a 5/5 Poison Facet. This is the best weapon for this build. So for the swap, I have a cheap call to arms with +2 to battle orders and a Spirit Monarch for extra skills. So there's room for improvement. Some of the stuff I wish I had more would be faster hit recovery. I could use better charms to bring that number up, I guess. So moving on to the skill tree, I did a respec just for this video. I just put in the points that's needed, and you can see I have like 19 extra. So in the summons tab, you can see I only put one of each here. And moving on to the poison and bone, you want that synergy, so you're gonna max out those three right there, and one of each in the other three. And in curses, you just need one of each on this particular ones. You don't need additional points on lower resist, because once you cast Battle Cry with a call to arms, it's gonna max it out. Adding extra point will only increase the radius. I will show that to you later when I do the gameplay demo. So moving on to the Merc, it depends on what you want to do. If you're serious about like maxing damage, then you can get Infinity runeword for him. I'm still running the Reaper's Toll because that's what I have. For his helmet, I'm using Delirium. The reason why I'm using Delirium is just for fun. He turns into a Stygian sometimes. All these random curses that would go out, like Mind Blast, Terror, Confuse. Yeah, it's just really for fun. For the armor, he's using my old setup, which is Bramble. I put on him just so he can have the Thorn Aura, just additional things on the screen. As you can see here, there's a huge damage increase when I switch it over with Enigma. Thorn Aura can be useful, not for the damage, but usually it's just so that you know which guys belong to your party. Because when you cast a bunch of summons and skeletons, sometimes you just forget where they are. So the last thing you need is an Iron Golem, and what you want to do is use Insight runeword to make the Iron Golem. That way you can have the meditation aura that gives you fast mana regen. So what you do is you want to have a bunch of extra weapons that you want to make an Iron Golem with. Insight is fairly cheap, so you can always make more, but you can always want to keep an eye on the Iron Golem, make sure he doesn't die, or else you have to recast him. Another thing to do is do not have Iron Golem on your hotkey, just in case you fat finger and you accidentally wiped out your Iron Golem. So that's why I usually just manually cast it when I need to bring him out. At this level, he usually doesn't die, just FYI. And right here, I'm just showing you that you can just use the mirror kaleidoscope if you want to have more resistance instead of extra damage. So here's an example gameplay in the Cal level. You're gonna see a bunch of stuff on the screen. You can see all the stuff that procs. For the most part, if you cast low resist and just the Poison Nova, the Cal would just die in one cast. You can see here my Merc got turned into a Stygian and that doesn't really happen often, especially when the percentage is like 1%. But again, it's just for fun. When you see me getting into a bigger group fight, you're gonna see more random spells or curses being popped out just from him getting hit. If you ever get into trouble where you can kill a pack fast enough, which usually doesn't really happen, but you can always use Corpse Explosion, even though it's a Poison Nova Necro build. Corpse Explosion is your friend for fast and clear time. I don't use it much because I'm just trying to have some fun with the Poison Nova because it looks so much cooler. So right here, I'm just giving my minions extra health with Call to Arms recast. As you see with the teleport, you bring your group of guys with you. With the Thorn Aura, you can see it where your guys are. And when you teleport around with big groups of summons, they're like your shield, so it's nice to have. So here, I'll show you the stats. I have 12k damage, and this is still with 19 extra points that I haven't used. So you have the option of making a bigger radius with Corpse Explosion, maybe extra body armor, bone armor, or just increase the health of your skeletons and your summons. But as you see at the lower resist part, it's not going to go any higher except for the radius. Once you have enough skills, it's going to stay at 62. So with the extra points I have, I might just put it all in bone armor just so I can be a little more aggressive by teleporting around into bigger packs, not caring if I get hit or not. Here you can see a bunch of stuff on the screen. Low resist being cast, Decrepify being cast, and sometimes when the merc gets hit by Fuse and so on, they overlap each other. Is that really useful? No, because it can be annoying, but I just play this class for fun, so I like to see all that stuff on the screen. It's not going to stop me from killing any of these cows or anything like that. I don't plan on playing this character on an 8-player game. Yeah, so if I need to kill something real quick, I would just use Corpse Explosion. It does a lot more damage. So if the Poison Nova doesn't work, I would just use Corpse Explosion. Use a pit run example. Using the Necromancer, you can clear out the pit pretty fast. These guys are squishy. You just cast one low resist, one poison Nova, and they'll die. And Poison Nova is not killing them fast enough. You can always use Corpse Explosion. You can always increase the range on Corpse Explosion to pretty much cover the entire map if you really wanted to. I just like using Poison Nova because that's what the character is based on. It just looks so much cooler when you see all this green stuff flying around. You can also farm Travanco if you want to. I wouldn't, just because it's better to use the bard to farm Travanco because you can work up the extra additional items. And with this Necro, he doesn't have enough magic find anyway. 200. You can use the Necromancer for any places that have a lot of monsters because he can clear them pretty quickly. The only place he would have issues with would be any boss fights like Mephisto, Bayo, or Diablo, because it's going to take you a while to kill the boss. But everything else with massive amount of monsters, you can finish them off pretty quickly with Corpse Explosion. For the sake of time, I'm just going to fast forward this part so you can see how long it takes to kill Diablo, this character. It sounds kind of funny actually. wasn't paying attention, but my my merc actually died to Diablo here. You know, I was just holding down right click, spamming Poison Nova. As you can see, it takes a while to kill this guy. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a long video, but there was so much to cover with this Poison Necromancer. So see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.